Hannah Arendt's The Human Condition was first published in the year 1958. The book remains one of the most influential works of political philosophy in the 20th century, exploring the nature of human existence, political action, and the public and private realms of life. It attempts to answer fundamental questions about how individuals live together in a common world, how they interact, and what kind of political structures are necessary for human flourishing. The work is structured around an analysis of three fundamental human activities: labor, work, and action. Arendt's exploration of these activities connects with broader themes of power, freedom, and the nature of the human condition in the modern world. The public and private realms. Arendt begins by distinguishing between the public and private realms, a theme that dates back to classical political thought. The private realm, she argues, is the sphere of necessity, the realm of biological survival and personal life. It is the space where individuals are concerned with their daily needs, their families, and their personal well-being. The public realm, on the other hand, is the sphere of freedom, where individuals come together to engage in political action, to deliberate, and to form a common world. This distinction between the private and public realms is crucial to Arendt's thought, as it allows her to explore the ways in which political life is distinct from the conditions of labor and work, which are necessary for survival but do not constitute true freedom. Labor, work, and action. In her analysis, Arendt focuses on the three fundamental activities of human existence: labor, work, and action. Labor is concerned with the biological needs of the human body, such as food, shelter, and the reproduction of life. It is a cyclical activity, which never ends and is driven by necessity. Work, by contrast, is the creation of the world and the building of lasting things. Work is associated with the production of objects and institutions that transcend individual lives and create a sense of permanence. It is linked to the human capacity for making things that last beyond our immediate biological needs. Finally, action is the activity that takes place in the public realm, where individuals come together to create a shared world, engage in political deliberation, and act in concert with others. For Arendt, action is the most important activity because it is through action that human beings achieve freedom. Unlike labor and work, action is not driven by necessity or the need to create things that endure. It is spontaneous, contingent, and involves the expression of human will and creativity. Action is where human beings reveal themselves to others, engage in political deliberation, and shape the world through their collective actions. It is in the realm of action that freedom is truly realized. The rise of modernity and the decline of the public realm. Arendt also explores the impact of modernity on the human condition. She argues that the rise of modern thought, particularly in the form of the rise of the social sciences and the development of mass society, has led to the decline of the public realm. In the modern world, the distinction between the private and public realms has become increasingly blurred, and the sphere of politics has been reduced to a matter of administration and management. The focus on economic productivity, efficiency, and technological progress has displaced the importance of political action and the creation of a shared world. As a result, Arendt argues, modern society has lost touch with the ideals of freedom and public participation that characterized the classical polis, particularly in ancient Greece. This decline of the public realm has serious consequences for political life. In the modern world, people are more isolated and alienated from one another, as the emphasis on private life and economic productivity has weakened the bonds of shared political life. Arendt warns that this erosion of the public realm leads to a situation where individuals become less capable of engaging in meaningful political action, and where the political sphere becomes increasingly dominated by bureaucracy, administration, and the rule of experts. The problem of totalitarianism. Arendt is perhaps best known for her analysis of totalitarianism, and in The Human Condition, she discusses the ways in which totalitarian regimes, such as those in Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union, represent a fundamental threat to human freedom. Totalitarianism, for Arendt, is the culmination of the erosion of the public realm and the rise of a world in which political action is replaced by the total domination of individuals by a totalitarian state. In her analysis, Arendt describes the totalitarian state as one in which political freedom is completely extinguished, and individuals are reduced to mere instruments of the will of the state. In such regimes, the distinctions between public and private life are erased, and individuals are subject to the total control of a single, all-encompassing ideology. Totalitarianism, according to Arendt, is the ultimate manifestation of the breakdown of the distinction between the private and public realms, as the state becomes all-encompassing, and individual action is reduced to mere compliance with the dictates of the regime, the active life and the role of the individual. In The Human Condition, Arendt also explores the importance of individual action in the creation of a shared world. She argues that human beings are fundamentally political creatures, and that the act of participating in public life is what defines human freedom. In the classical tradition, individuals were seen as citizens who actively engaged in the shaping of their world through political participation. Arendt laments that modernity has undermined this ideal, as people have become more focused on their private lives and economic concerns, and less concerned with the public good. Arendt's idea of the active life is rooted in the Greek concept of praxis, or political action. For Arendt, it is through action that human beings achieve their highest form of existence. Political action is not just a matter of voting or following laws, it is the process of engaging with others in the creation of a shared world, of acting in concert with others to shape the future. This notion of political action is what makes Arendt's thought distinct from more traditional political theories that emphasize power, authority, or economic structures. The relevance of Arendt's thought today. Arendt's The Human Condition remains highly relevant to contemporary discussions of politics, freedom, and the nature of modern society. In a world where political participation is often limited to voting in elections or following the directives of governments, Arendt's emphasis on the importance of active, engaged political life is a call to action for those who care about the future of democratic societies. In particular, Arendt's analysis of the decline of the public realm and the rise of mass society resonates with contemporary concerns about political disengagement, the erosion of democratic institutions, and the rise of authoritarianism. Her warnings about the dangers of totalitarianism are also relevant in an age where populist and authoritarian movements are gaining traction in many parts of the world. Arendt's thought is also a reminder that the human condition is not fixed or predetermined but is shaped by the ways in which we engage with one another and with the world around us. For Arendt, the active life of political engagement and action is the highest form of human existence, and it is through our collective efforts that we can create a world that is free, just, and meaningful. Hannah Arendt's The Human Condition offers a profound and thought-provoking analysis of the human experience in the modern world. By exploring the relationship between labor, work, and action, and by examining the decline of the public realm and the rise of totalitarianism, Arendt provides a powerful critique of contemporary society and a call to reclaim the political space for true freedom and action. Her work remains an essential guide for understanding the nature of human existence and the challenges of living together in a common world. Through her analysis, Arendt reminds us that the human condition is not something that can be taken for granted, but something that must be actively engaged with, shaped, and redefined through political action and the pursuit of a shared common life.